And I knew that spirituality and God was mentioned, and, you know, that didn't really work for me that time. And I went anyway, and, you know, the truth is, for anybody who's new or interested in this stuff, I haven't used since that meeting. You know, I went shaking and shivering into that meeting, and all I wanted was a drink. That's all I wanted was a drink, just to settle my nerves. And that wasn't an option. And I went in there and I sat down, and I basically, without realising it then, I came home. I found my people, I found my tribe. I found myself surrounded by people who drink like me, use like me, act like me, think like me, do all the same stupid nonsense that I do. The stuff that I think I'm the only person in the world that does that, you know. And I can remember at that meeting a guy sharing about how he used to sniff cocaine and tape the curtains and peep out the letterbox and do the cocaine treadmill from the front window to the back window to the front door. And I thought, wow, that was the first time in my life ever I had met another human being who used cocaine the way I do. Because you don't really go around telling your friends that you do that when no one's watching, do you? Because it's kind of, you think you're the only one. I certainly thought I was the only one. And, you know, it's embarrassing.
Right, well, I'm Dave. I'm an alcoholic addict.
Hi, Dave.
And, well, I'm here to share my story, I suppose. And I'll go from the start. When I was born, the first place you went was a pub. Primrose. It was literally next to the hospital. That's where he was taken. So I was born into a pub. My dad ran a pub. My mum was an alcoholic. It was pretty inevitable. They say it's in the genes. You can have the best upbringing or the worst, yeah? Now, I had a good upbringing. Everything was provided for me, but all I saw around me was alcohol, drugs. And I thought, well, why not? Do you know what I mean? Started drinking my mum's vodka. Started smoking with my brother. Started thieving off my nan and granddad, taking money off them, robbing my mum's purse to get whatever I could get. Started doing acid, started doing ecstasy, not in a raving scene at all. This was just in the street, yeah? Getting a bottle of Thunderbirds, getting a bottle of, was it the old MD 2020 or something? I thought it was called Mad Dog, yeah? But it's called Morgan something apparently now, I've found out. But yeah, them were the days. You drunk to block out going home. Well, I did anyway. I didn't want to go home. And then, boom, raging cokehead, fell down the stairs, collapsed my lung, ended up in hospital, blah, blah, blah. Came out of hospital weighing 6.5 stone.
I always call it dark because I live in the light now. You know, I've been dragged from that darkness, you know, and, you know, I feel like I can breathe now, which is nice. You know, I always feel like, you know, that's one of the things I'm very grateful in the morning, for that internal peace and being able to breathe. You know, normally, you know, for some reason I always felt like a bit tight, a bit tense, you know. I always tell people, I never lie, I always stretch the truth, you know what I mean? So, you know, I used to get away with things then, you know, I said, no, I don't lie. No, I stretch the truth occasionally, but, you know, that's just me. And that's my comfort blanket, you know. Me talking externally, not shutting up, is my comfort blanket because it's deflecting the attention off me, you know, because then all of a sudden someone might say to me, I dreaded it, someone said to me, tell me exactly how you really feel. Bloody hell, mate, right? Right. My idea then would be, right, 2 minutes, I am off. You know what I mean?